everybody, it's Christy from Artsy Bits by Kay, back with another video. Today we are going to review the Iuile watercolors from the Etsy shop, Iuile. I recently purchased these watercolors and wanted to see how they would hold up to some of my other metallic watercolor sets. So what I ended up buying was this little mini mica palette of 24. If you take a look here, you can see how shiny they are. I'm going to open it up so that you can see here. So that's, and just for reference purposes, let me grab my, so here's one of my normal handmade watercolor half pan boxes. So here is what a normal half pan would look like, and here are these guys, and it's pretty thin, so you're not getting like probably about a quarter pan's worth of paint, I would say, in each of these guys. But I wanted to buy something smaller because I wanted it for travel. Sometimes when I'm traveling, I think about taking my metallic watercolor set that I do really love. Let me show you that set. So I own the Paul Rubens set of 24 metallic watercolors, and I keep them in the box because I love that box so much. You can see they're well loved, but this is the set that I have of the Paul Rubens, and I really love this set. I'll show you the swatch card for it. So here's my swatch card for that. I don't have my black swatch card for some reason, but there's the swatch card on the white that came with it. And I really enjoy this set at home, especially when I'm making cards or around the holidays. I use it a lot. So I wanted something that I could use when I travel and like paint with my friends or paint on the go and card make and stuff. So I found this and I thought this would be like perfect. And so I ordered this. And I wanted to order some of their color shifting stuff, so I ordered this little dot card. And she sent me this dot card for free, which is the neon watercolor set. And these dot cards are not like I have Daniel Smith dot cards, and their dot cards, there's like barely a raised amount of paint on the card. That's not to say that it doesn't go a long way, but the amount of paint that is on each of these dots, can you see how thick they are? And like these ones are equally thick. Like look at that. Look how thick those are. So these little dots are going to last me a really, really long time. And so I was really impressed that I got like an extra little bonus free sample of the neon colors, because that's not something that I do have. And I was interested. All right. So in this little palette, it sent me this little swatch card. And you can see here. I'll try to hold it up so that we can see. There we go. So like if you look here, there's the 24 colors. They're really, really all very different. Some of the blues are a little samey when you're talking about the light on the white, but I'll show you because I swatched these on black watercolor paper also just to show the difference. And the only thing I will say is there's not like a dedicated silver or gray in this set, but that's honestly fine, because I don't know. I didn't miss it. I didn't miss it while I was playing with it. So here is what happened when I swatched everything out, all three sets, on white paper. Oh, and she also sent me a little like extra quarter pan of the Flash Dance. I have it swatched there. That one's downstairs, but it was another little free thing that she threw in my package. So it was really nice. So this is the 24 micas. This is the vintage dot series that I picked up. And this is the neon colors. I really liked how all three turned out. So you can see on here that all of those blues do look pretty different on the white. They even look more different on the black. And these guys didn't do great on white paper, but they are super cool on the black paper, which I'll show you in a second. And the neons were really nice. I really like them. The pinks are kind of the same, but it'll be fun to play with, especially if I want to do like some 90s vibes kind of stuff. I really loved neon when I was a kid in the 90s. So I think that'll inspire me to do some like fun abstract art pieces on the black paper. So here is the 24 mica palette. So now if you look at it on the white paper versus on the black paper, can you see how different the row of blues is? So different, but they all are really nice. And you can still, for the most part, there's a couple colors that lose pigment on the black paper. This blue isn't great, and this purpley isn't real great, but the rest of them kept their color like really beautifully. So this is going to be a great set for me to use for the purpose of like highlighting things on cards specifically. This is the vintage series, and just look how nice they look on black. So I'm definitely going to use this vintage dot series on some of my Christmas cards this year. I just think those colors are so beautiful and like very jewel toned. And then I did go ahead and try to swatch the neons down here. The yellow actually was quite opaque. I was surprised. The pink was not so much, and that's that little half pan that I got there. But I might play with those on some black paper. I think it would be neat to look at. So those were my swatches. Then I went ahead and did a wet on wet piece. So I used my Daniel Smith watercolors to do this, and then I added the metallic watercolors. And so can you see that? Like just how pretty that is? This is going to turn into 2 bookmarks. So fun fact, if you buy from my Etsy shop, I send you a free bookmark, and this is the kind of thing that it is, and I'll just write thank you on the back of it. So this will end up being 2 free bookmarks for my Etsy shop, which the link is in the description for that. But anyhow, I just think that's so cool. And look at it, it just adds such a nice extra layer to the painting, which is exactly what metallic watercolors should do. And then I did this piece in my sketchbook with Jellyfish, and this will be up on Instagram at some point in the future. But I really like that, like if you look at it without the light, you can kind of see I did like a purple and a green jellyfish, but then in the light you can just see how that shines. And I did use a lot of splattering here just because I thought it would be a cool effect, and I really love how this piece turned out. But the watercolors just did such a nice job. So overall, I was really impressed with these Iuile watercolors. I really like to shout out people on Etsy when I can that I think have great shops and offer great products. And so even though I do love my big set of Paul Rubens, and if you have these, I wouldn't say replace them, but really these were really great. And if you're looking for something that's travel size and affordable and easy to move around and not a terribly big set, even just the dot cards, like you can get dot cards of this stuff that are really affordable. So if you're just looking for something for small projects, I would absolutely recommend going with a small business on Etsy and shopping at Iuile Watercolors. These guys, I'll put a link for them in the description, but I'm really happy that I went to her shop and I ended up purchasing all of these 2 things, and then she sent me some of this for free. I will make some art with this in the future, and I can check back with you if you want to hear more about it, but hopefully this will give you just a little bit of an idea about the watercolors. Oh, I wanted to do a test here. Let me grab a piece of paper. One last thing before I go. I wanted to show you how they re-wet. So we'll just grab a little piece of mixed media paper here, and I will show you when I use handmade or metallic watercolors. Usually what I'll do, and I will let's wet this green. I will just wet it, and I'll usually let it sit for about a minute or 2 minutes just to get it going. But just so that you guys can see, look how nicely and easily that reactivates. You can see it's not just mica, there's actual pigment going on in there, but it moves so nicely. And then when you pull it out onto the paper, it's very, very smooth. It works very, very nicely. You can drop color in. It works like traditional watercolor that way. This is mixed media paper, so it's not going to work as nice, but like if I wanted to do leaves, there would be a nice leaf. So like if I wanted to do a wreath or something, I absolutely could do that, or I just wanted to add some gold elements to a wreath. I'm just going to show you how that shines. Like, look how pretty that is. So yeah, that's how it works. Just me showing you a little bit of a tester example. But I really love these paints, and I cannot recommend this shop enough. So if you liked everything here today, hopefully you'll take a gander on over at her shop. She did not send me these products for free. I bought them myself, and I'm just telling you about a product that I really like. I don't have any sort of promo code or anything. I just wanted you guys to know about this particular watercolor shop, and if you're interested, I will link her shop below and you can support a small business. Thanks for watching today. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!